And folks, we're coming to you now from the office of Southwest Edgecombe head football coach Jonathan Cobb, taking some time out of a very busy schedule to sit down with us here on the All New Sports Show for our high school football preview. Coach Cobb, thank you so much for hanging out with us some today.
Thank you for having me.
Coach, coming into the season, man, it's been a hot summer. If nothing else, every kid around this area should be in pretty good shape by the time the season starts because they've got no excuse after this summer. How's your off-season program going?
We had a great spring and great summer here. We really have a unique core of kids who love our program and what we're doing, and they've worked mighty hard.
Coach, going into the season, you've lost a player who was actually our all-new Big 22 Offensive Player of the Year a year ago, Devontrell Hyman. You got to replace a big spot in the backfield, but you see, you're smiling right now. You know, I think you're happy with your offensive personnel coming back.
Devontrell is hard to replace. He was a great football player. You know, he was a load. But that said, we really are returning so much that was around him, and we've got a great nucleus of offensive and defensive players returning, and we certainly have some other guys who are very capable of toting the football. You know, the thing we're most excited about is our offensive line.
Well, and, you know, we talk about that offensive line. That if you've got one group that you're really happy with what you've got, it's good for it to be your offensive line. Power football team like you guys, that's a great place to start to build.
You know, that's where it all begins for us. I've always coached quarterbacks and running backs, but my primary concern as a head coach is the offensive line. We'll only be as good as they are offensively. Obviously, we're a ball control football team. We require so much out of our offensive linemen. They change our plays at the line of scrimmage depending on what the defense is doing. They not only have to be big and strong and physical and quick, they've got to be smart, you know. And so the outlook for this year is we really think it could be one of the better offensive lines we've had recently at Southwest.
Coach, taking a look at your conference slate. Let's start with the conference slate. Bedingfield, you know, we've visited with Coach Tyrone Johnson. He's really excited about his offense coming back. You know, you've got Washington, who a year ago played for a state championship. You know, you got Farmville Central, who I guess, shocked some of us last year and turned into a really good football team. You know, North Pitt's out there. You've got a good conference. That's where it's all going to begin because you got to work for that playoff seeding. Absolutely.
You know, it starts week one and throughout a 6-game non-conference slate. Our goal was really just to get better and better each week to find our identity, you know, to beat those other teams in our conference in terms of improvement and evolution as a football team, so that when we get to that first conference game, which is against North Pitt, game 2 against Washington, big game there, that we put the best product on the field, you know, of ourselves, that we've matured and we're clicking as a football team.
And, Coach, why don't you take us through that non-conference slate? We unfortunately, we don't have any in front of us. So can you take us through your non-conference slate?
Well, week 1 we have a challenge. We're going to go to Edenton Holmes. They just recently hired a great football coach. His name is Paul Hoggard, coming from Richmond County back home to Edenton. Great athletes up that way. You know, in my opinion, it's a team that potentially, if we were good enough, you could see in the 3rd, 4th round of the playoffs. So we're certainly week 1 going to find out how good of a football team we are. Week 2, can't take that week off. We got North Edgecombe. They return a great football team. I think we scraped away with the 22-12 victory over there last year. They are going to be a senior-heavy and fantastic football team. Week 3, let's see, we have Greenville South Central coming here. You know, big school, great athletes, new coach over there, and I expect that to be a great game. Week 4, we're going over to Nash Central, a little bit of change in the schedule there, and we're excited about playing somebody next door over in Nash County. I know Coach Chris Lee well. He's a great man. He's going to be a great football coach, and I'm sure he'll have them rolling by the time we play them week 4. Week 5, Bertie is coming here. We've picked that game back up. And then finally week 6, Tarboro comes to us this year, and you know, I expect them to have a great football team. I know they're saying they're going to have a lot of sophomores. Those sophomores are excellent football players, trust me. And Craddock, you know, great program, great coach, and some people better look out. I know they have a tough non-conference schedule, but those other teams on that schedule better look out.
Well, Coach, we thank you so much for taking some time out with us today. Practice starting, y'all are going to kick off on Saturday the 1st.
We are, and 9:30 a.m. for all of our Southwest guys.
I might have to wave at you as I go by here in the Rocky Mountain morning. Well, Coach, thank you so much for taking some time with us, and we look forward to definitely seeing you and the Southwest Edgecombe Cougars throughout the season.
Thank you, and thank you all for what you do.
So that's going to wrap up Southwest Edgecombe here on our high school football preview on the All New Sports Show.